that Oleksandr Usyk will be stripped of his IBF belt. Yeah, sorry, I think so. June 1st is the date when he will be either stripped from his belt. So he just won the title. He just became undisputed heavyweight champion, and now he's already being stripped. But they said it's due because of the rematch clause between him and Tyson Fury. I think they said the rematch may happen around sometime like October, somewhere around there. Me personally, I don't mind seeing the rematch. I know it said in an article that Tyson Fury may take the Anthony Joshua route. That is a bigger fight. So definitely a bigger fight for him. As far as Usyk goes, we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the rematch, but at the same time, I mean, that's the politics of the sport a lot of times. You know, it's sad. You know, you just saw the man become undisputed heavyweight champion, and now, you know, he's already being stripped.
Now they talking about they're going to strip him. It's the politics of boxing. Here we go again. Once boxing does good, here come the politics. You know, the IBF is going to strip this man. It haven't even been 72 hours, and they talking about stripping this man when this man went in there and deserved. You know, Tyson Fury won his rematch, so he got to give him a rematch. It's more money, so why would he go fight someone else? But anyways, man, I was giving you guys an update. It's just these politics in boxing. We need to get rid of this stuff. It hurts boxing. This is what ruined boxing, is these politics. You know, all the best fighters can't fight the best fighters because of the politics.
This can't be true. Dude, did he even make it home yet? Did he even have a celebration dinner? Did he even get a chance to set the belts up in a case? Like, he can't even defend without this. This just Michael, Usyk, and IBF. Please let us know that this is crap and that somebody changed their mind when they got the backlash from this. Because this is ridiculous. It's only Monday. It's only Monday. You do all of that to be able to become undisputed, and you can't even defend the undisputed. You want to strip him?
Mere days after earning a historic undisputed heavyweight championship title by defeating Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk received heartbreaking news that he was about to be stripped of his IBF belt, which would then be put on the line for Filip Hrgović versus Daniel Dubois on June 1st. The boxing world expressed its shock with this latest update, and many expressed their disgust with the current state of boxing. TalkSport's Michael Benson was the first to break out the news, and many shared their reactions on social media. One user wrote, "The belts in boxing are a joke. The first undisputed champion in 25 years for 2 weeks. He can't even defend it." Another user commented, "No wonder the sport is such a f***ing mess. First undisputed heavyweight champion in 25 years, and he'll lose a belt within 2 weeks." A third user commented, "First undisputed champion in over 25 plus years, and you guys are going to strip him immediately after? Makes no sense for the sport, and seems if there's ever a time to help give boxing life, now is the time. Fans don't want 15 different champions per weight class." Fans are clearly disappointed and disgusted with how the Boxing Federation has disrespected Usyk. And it's not just the fans. Boxing experts have also shared their reactions to the news about Usyk possibly losing his belt. YouTuber Showbiz the Adult expressed his frustration with the IBF after the news broke out.
"I am pissed. I wake up this morning to hear that Oleksandr Usyk is going to be stripped of the IBF title, and Hrgović versus Dubois is going to be for the IBF championship. They're stripping Oleksandr Usyk. He just became undisputed. We can't have a reigning undisputed heavyweight champion for man. See, this is why I said what I said in my live stream commentary of Usyk versus Tyson Fury. You saw the clip at the beginning. I'm over it. The whole title thing, I'm over the titles. I'm just about the matchup. I'm just about the matchups now. I'm over the titles, bruh. And here's why. Because they lost their way. Listen, the reason why you have mandatories is to force the champion to fight a worthy opponent. Usyk just defended the IBF titles by fighting the lineal heavyweight champion Tyson the Gypsy King Fury in an undisputed bout. He just defended it. Who's more worthy than the lineal heavyweight champion of the world? And he has a automatic rematch. An automatic rematch. Do you know that? Usyk is now the undisputed champion. Make him the champion. Tyson Fury is now ranked 1. So in the rematch, who's more worthy than fighting the #1 ranked heavyweight in the world?
He went on to state that the titles had no value if Usyk, who is currently the best heavyweight boxer in the world right now, was stripped of his IBF belt. He also explained how the IBF was doing a disservice to Tyson Fury, who still has a shot at the undisputed title when he takes on Usyk in the rematch this October.
Bro, what's the point of the titles? What's the point? I mean, at this point, we know who the best is. We know that the rematch between Usyk and Tyson Gypsy King Fury, that's the best versus the best heavyweight. It is what it is. The title's just not going to reflect that, which there was a time it did. Whoever was the champion was the man, was the best fighter. You have so many, what's the point? Like, I understand the point is to get money, but you're going to have a fight in October, and IBF, you're going to get money. You're going to get more money than the Herkovich-Dubois fight. If the belts are spread out, I mean, who do you prefer to be defending or holding your IBF title? The best fighter in the world? Or just, another guy? Herkovich is not another guy. He's a fantastic fighter, and Dubois. But what I'm saying is, who would you rather have holding your IBF title? The best, right? That's how people can have respect for your title. The best is holding your title. I think that's the point. Or do you just want someone to represent your title alone and not your title in collection with others? And just trying to have that attitude about it is going to make people actually devalue your title. The opposite is going to happen. So now we're in a world where in the rematch, Tyson Fury can't even fight for undisputed. That's a damn shame to do him like that. Like, Tyson Fury is arguably one of the best heavyweights to ever live. He's arguably the best heavyweight of this era, though he lost to Usyk. I would say Usyk is the best of this era. I mean, now that he beat AJ twice and beat Tyson Fury. But still, you can argue Tyson Fury, his reign was better. And you could, in the rematch, you just take that opportunity from him. I would, if I was Tyson Fury, like he said, Tyson Fury said, hey, he's not for the titles. He's for, the fight or whatever. And this is probably what led up to it. Decisions like this. But either way, it would be nice, regardless of what Tyson Fury says, it would be nice to be undisputed lineal heavyweight champion, baddest man on the planet.
This latest update puts a dent in an impressive victory for Usyk and his country, Ukraine. However, there appears to be some positive update. Michael Benson recently posted a tweet where he confirmed that Usyk's team is working to prevent the IBF from stripping him of the belt. He wrote, Oleksandr Usyk has now officially requested an exception to keep his IBF heavyweight world title for the Tyson Fury rematch, rather than being stripped for not facing his IBF mandatory challenger, Filip Hrgović. Next, IBF President Daryl Peoples has confirmed. The fans are, however, disappointed that the undisputed champion has to make such a request simply to keep his belts. One fan wrote, "The fact that he has to do that is ridiculous." Another user made an important observation, writing, "Fury's injury during training kinda messed up the timing for this. Should be taken into consideration." Other users pointed out how allowing Usyk to keep his belts is a bit unfair to Hrgović. They wrote, "Bit unfair in my honest opinion. Hrgović deserves a title shot, and so does Dubois. They've waited long enough." Tyson Fury's promoter Frank Warren recently shared his opinion on Usyk possibly losing his undisputed status, stating that the Ukrainian cannot be stripped of his titles. He had an interesting explanation for this and also shared his thoughts on the June 1st clash between Hrgović and Dubois.
Well, he has been suspended Alexandra because of how tough the fight was. For 45, I think it's 40 days or 45 days by the commission. So he cannot be stripped at this stage of the game because he's not in a position to defend his title. So we will see what happens. That fight that we just spoke about with Daniel and Hrgović is a fantastic fight. The worst case scenario, it'll be an interim title fight. Whatever happens, if it goes ahead as an interim title fight, I have no problem with that. I feel that the rematch, and this doesn't, I mean, a lot of people will be pissed off in me saying this, certainly in the Hrgović camp and maybe with Daniel I'm involved with. I feel that it should be for the interim because I think that the rematch should be for the 4 belts.
Usyk being stripped of his undisputed heavyweight title isn't the only controversy that is in the news after the historic fight, though. There were some who believed that Tyson Fury was the winner when he faced Usyk on May 18th in Riyadh.
Bob, just your quick thoughts on that tonight. What did you make of that performance?
Good fight. I thought Fury won the fight, but the two judges thought opposite. So we'll see what happens in a rematch.
You looking forward to that rematch? Do you believe Tyson
sure.
Fury can avenge that loss?
What?
Do you believe Tyson Fury can avenge the loss?
I really think so, yeah.
Do you think those middle rounds when he was maybe not close off to his feet, that dictated the fight?
Well, yeah, I mean, he won 5 out of the first 6 rounds, and he led Usyk back in the fight.
Well, Bob, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.
Bob Arum felt that Fury won some rounds and blamed the judges for giving the Gypsy King the loss. Former British boxer Kell Brook also felt that the Gypsy King deserved the victory. He also shared his predictions for the rematch, where he claimed that Fury could come back with a victory.
What Usyk?
Tyson Fury.
Oh, okay.
I thought Tyson Fury, even though they got hurt in the fight, I thought that he did enough to win. It was jabbing him, it were catching him, and Usyk were trying to get in on him. And I don't think he was getting the round that Tyson was getting the rounds.
Talk a little bit about the recovery. When he went down, it looked bad, but he managed to stay up on his feet, got through the end of the round.
It looked bad. He lost that round for sure, but I believe that I thought he won the fight. It was a tight fight. I thought he won though.
Do you think he has to be a bit more assertive in the rematch? You sort of weigh him down a little bit more?
These two are the best elite fighters in the world. It's hard to get an upper hand. It comes down to who's prepared and who's mentally got it on the night.
Kel, how does a rematch go in your opinion?
Tyson Fury.
Yeah? Do you think he stops him in the rematch?
No.
No.
I think he wins again on points.
Okay.
Former British boxer Amir Khan called it a bad day for British boxing.
Look, overall, it happened in boxing. It happened and look, I can hear Tyson talking now. It happens in boxing. You sometimes have a bad day in the office. I think today was Tyson Fury's bad day in the office.
Who wins a rematch?
Tyson Fury.
British boxing promoter Eddie Hearn also shared his thoughts on the fight recently, where he said that he believed Fury was winning the fight. However, he also praised Usyk for standing up to Fury, despite the significant disadvantage.
I couldn't believe it, mate, how Usyk was just coming forward, energy. Yeah. Like, he didn't look like he was tired. How good was he against Fury for you, mate?
The whole event was incredible, and sitting up close was one of the great nights for boxing. Firstly, so happy that we got an undisputed heavyweight world championship, and secondly, that it delivered. And it's great for all of us who work in the sport. I think Usyk was incredible. I scored the fight. Everyone had different kind of opinions. Some people thought it was quite close after 6 rounds. I actually had Fury up. I thought he was looking really good. And Usyk at times looked like, for me, almost like a sort of kid trying to get to his dad. He was like jumping. He wouldn't leave him alone. But I didn't think that physically he could get to him. And what's incredible about Usyk is, don't forget, this guy is at such a disadvantage with his size.
Yes.
He's like 3 stone plus, smaller than these guys. And physically, he was dominating Usyk. So, to come up from cruiserweight, obviously undisputed there, and then to become undisputed heavyweight world champion, to beat AJ, to beat Tyson Fury. He goes down as one of the greats of our generation. And, I see the stuff with Frank Warren and Simon Jordan on Tyson Fury. You know, we haven't always got eye to eye, but I think we should give him respect.
Hearn also talked about the controversial refereeing decision during the 9th round of the fight and claimed that he had a tough decision to make. He also praised Fury for not crumbling during the 9th round, where he endured a heavy beating from Usyk and managed to stay on the ropes without falling to the canvas.
It's the referee, right? His priority is to make sure in his mind that the fighter is safe to continue.
Yeah.
Right? So he's not thinking, I need to get these two back together as quickly as possible so Usyk can finish him off. He's saying, I need to make the right decision here. I think he was a bit slow. I don't mind the call about the count because, you know, under the rules, if the ropes are holding you up, the referee can take a count. And there's no doubt that the ropes were holding Fury up in that last exchange, right? So that's okay. But from then, you know, he brings him forward, then he looks in his eyes, then he tells him to move to the left, to move to the right. This is all standard procedure, but it does take quite a long time. And, you know, if Usyk would have had another 10 seconds, maybe the ref would have finally jumped in. But at that point, the ref has got to make a decision whether you know, from a safety perspective, from a health perspective, Fury is okay to continue. You know, I don't think the ref did a bad job, in all honesty. I think it's a very difficult situation, but you know, I couldn't believe the way that Fury recovered coming out for the 10th, because when he went back to his stall at the end of the 9th, everybody sitting on my row, you know, just said, it's over. The fight's over. So, you know, he's got great heart. And, you know, I know he said some things in the past that people won't like, and, you know, I'm one of those people. But watching that in the heat of battle, I mean, you know, you know, he was out. He was gone. There wasn't a centimetre of the ring during that last exchange in the 9th that he didn't cover.
But he showed heart, didn't he, Eddie, to stay on his feet? Do you know, like, to not go down as well?
Tremendous heart. I don't know how he didn't go down, you know, but Usyk is, you know, he's a special fighter.
Hearn praised Usyk, calling him a special fighter who gave it his all in the fight, which eventually led him to victory on the night. True Geordie from the Pain Game podcast also reacted to Usyk's victory and trolled the Gypsy King in his latest video.
You know, he started this week off bullying a man half his size, and Tyson Fury ended this week off getting bullied by a man half his size. Is that karma? I think that might be karma. Oh, the little rabbit. Usyk told us this would happen. He said, don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone. And he stalked him round that ring like he was baby reindeer. It was beautiful, wasn't it? And apparently that little jumped up middleweight who Fury didn't need to fight because he was just a middleweight anyway, actually pretty good. Maybe Fury didn't want to fight him because he knew that's what would happen. Now, as much as I can give him credit for his efforts in the ring, we can't rewrite history here. As great as that fight was, we'll never ever forget. The streets remember. This fight would not have happened unless His Excellency made Tyson Fury an offer he couldn't refuse. This would never have happened. We would have watched boxing history play out with Fury never fighting Usyk and Usyk never getting what he deserved, and the fans not getting what we deserved, which is to know who the is number one. That is all Usyk ever wanted.
He also shared some interesting stats about the fight and displayed how Usyk dominated the entire fight.
He landed 135 punches to Oleksandr Usyk's 185. That's a 50 punch difference, which is a lot. In terms of power shots, Fury apparently landed 23, Usyk landed 51, more than double. There isn't an argument, but just in case there's anyone out there, that's data, that's not my opinion. Facts don't care about your feelings. It's the truth. I don't know why I'm even saying that, to be honest, because the fact that Tyson Fury was so up off of Oleksandr Usyk that he started wishing everyone Happy New Year in May should give away the level of brain damage he suffered in that fight. And actually twigged after the fight why he said that, because the fight was originally scheduled for the 23rd of December last year. So he hit Tyson Fury so hard, so many times, that he thought it was 2023. He knocked him into last year, literally. Happy New Year! It's May. Anytime anyone says to me, Fury won, Happy New Year, that's what I'm coming back with, you don't be stupid. And to talk about that weight disadvantage, this is the biggest weight disadvantage a fighter has had to overcome to beat a lineal champion in like 90 years, apparently. That's how unbelievable an achievement this is for Usyk. And I said before the fight, this will not be about a good big man beats a good little man. It will be a guy who moves well for a big man in there with one of the greatest moving fighters in boxing ever. And that ring IQ that Usyk has made it so that even though he was the smaller man, by 40 pounds and however many inches in height, he still fought like he was the bigger man. He was the predator and Fury was the prey. Fury was running around the ring all night as Usyk stalked him down. That's not supposed to happen when you're that much smaller than the other guy. It's insane. But he knows exactly how to put pressure on you and exactly how to break his opponents down mentally and physically. And he did it from the opening round.
MMA Hour podcast host Ariel Helwani also shared his reaction to Usyk's victory and believes the Ukrainian won fair and square. He also shared his thoughts on why the rematch now becomes so much more interesting.
And what a fight it was. I mean, a 40 or so pound weight difference between the two. It continues to defy logic how amazing Usyk is in this weight class. A guy who won gold in 2012 at the Olympics in London as a cruiserweight, was undisputed champion as a cruiserweight, and now he goes in there as a heavyweight. He beats AJ twice, he beats Chisora, he beats Daniel Dubois, and now he beats Tyson Fury. And I thought that he won the first 2 rounds. Then I thought Fury started to settle in and won the next 4 to make it 4-2. And then Usyk started to figure it out to make it 4-4. And then in the 9th, as you see right there, everything changed. He was oh so close to knocking out Tyson Fury. Did the rope save him? Did the ref save him? Who knows? Few more seconds, maybe he does the job. Fury saved by the ropes and the bell, and maybe even the ref. But then Usyk just kept pouring it on, and maybe Fury stole a round or 2 later. But to me, there was no controversy. I didn't like what Fury had to say after the fight in the ring. I didn't like that comment about, hey, maybe, they picked it for him because his country's at war. But again, I'm not going to sit here and kill him because the guy just got punched in the head for 12 rounds.
So Helwani is excited for the rematch between Usyk and Fury. But what are your thoughts? Can the Gypsy King redeem himself in the rematch? Let us know in the comments. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed watching this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.